evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Triggered. I'm your host, Zachary Clark, and you all know my co-host, Adam Furman. Adam, how are you doing tonight?
Not good, Zach.
Not good. What's wrong?
I come home and I found out that one of my children thought that one of the curtains was a, quote, parachute, and they hung on the curtain and ripped the curtain rod out of the window. Not good. Not happy.
Well, you know, sometimes things like that happen, buddy. Particularly when you're coming to you live from a gorilla nest deep in the African Congo. Maybe the child was just Retvrning.
Maybe. I don't know if monkeys know about parachutes, but
They know about more stuff than you might realize, my friend. But we'll get into that. But first, we have. Let me see. Let me check. Let me see. Click. Oh, that's it. From the Scatter Radio. 5432 Broadway Street. Wait, hold on a second. It's already thrown me off. I think this is fake, maybe. Hold on. 5432 Broadway Street. Male punching signs in parking lot. QPD on scene. Dun, 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 dun. Fight season continues, but it's turned ugly, friends. It's gone against the infrastructure again. We've got our first sign attack of the year. It's got to be out there past Walmart.
It's probably Walmart.
Past Walmart. Walmart's on 48th Street, isn't it?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Anyway, I thought this was a brutal sign of the times. People can't even abide signs.
Sign of the times.
Intended. Oh, yeah. Next up we got patient escaped from Blessing Hospital, last seen running north wearing orange scrubs. QPD en route. They're fleeing from the hospital. I'm guessing this was the mental health ward, but if you see a person sprinting wearing orange scrubs, maybe offer them a nice ice cold beverage. They're probably a little famished after escaping the hospital. It's draconian treatment methods.
It's pretty hot outside, so they'll probably be hydrated.
It's very hot today. But this is just the sign. Apparently, in Quincy, we're a little maladjusted this last week because our final thing comes to us from 8th in Ohio, where a female was trying to run a male over with a vehicle. QPD en route.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Summer's here, Zach. It's only going to get worse.
We've got vehicular attempted murder. We've got fleeing mental health patients. We've got sign attacks. There must be something in the air, Adam. I sense it. I sense it.
Yeah. You wait. The papers on Monday are going to count all the violence in Chicago and stuff.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it last week? 48 people or something?
I think 21 died. Yeah. 48 must have been shot. It's bad.
Would that one guy say they got in trouble? Called it Chirac or something like that? Because it was more people were dying.
What do you mean, in trouble? People have been saying that for 20 years.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, maybe it was a number of years ago, someone got some heat. Because they were comparing it in Chicago to a war zone, man. They're like, no, it's a wonderful city. It's just great. And you can tell it's a Midwestern city, Adam, because it's just different. It's the people there are nicer and, more homespun than in those coastal cities like Los Angeles or New York.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't speak to New York or anything, but I don't think that the people from your average LAer would be able to adjust well to Chicago.
I don't know. I heard that spoken to me one time. Someone said that they really liked Chicago. It was their favorite city, and I said, I hate it. I hate all of them.
It's
It, it was the
weird
dean of
smell.
our law school. She was trying to make small talk, and I waited in on her about how much cities blow.
Yeah, no, you walk through Chicago and you're like going down the street and you're like, oh man, it smells some a chocolate shop, a fresh chocolate thing. Then you turn the corner and it smells like poop. I don't know. It's like
There's
the
this
the the
what?
cool thing is I remember a field trip when I was in high school. We did like a Chicago River architecture, and that was kind of
Chicago River architecture? Well, you were from up north, so it's probably a little
yeah.
easier. I don't
I
know.
mean, it's open for anyone who visits there. Is that
There was a confectionery shop that someone got me a gift from one year. They sold popcorn and nuts, like roast nuts and caramel corn and stuff. It's called Nuts on Clark. It's on Clark Street, and it's my last name. It was fun. It was a fun gift from the city of
eh,
Chicago, and I was like, "Thanks, it's a
was it
gift."
good?
It was decent. It was okay. It was average. I could taste a hint of Chicago in there, and I didn't like it.
You taste the poo.
Oh, that's probably it. uh, but uh, communities, insular communities, they all have their own cultures, Adam. And sometimes what you want to do is you want to exclude people from that. People that you don't think belong there.
Yeah,
Like the
I will
African
self-exclude.
Hebrews.
Oh no, that's not what I was. I was thinking. Like I will self-exclude myself from Chicago. No
Yeah.
problem.
No, but Israel is to deport dozens of African Hebrews who have emigrated to Israel. And for those of you on the line that don't know, African Hebrews subscribe to a theory that I believe it was the descendants of Ham from the Bible actually went to Africa and started a civilization there, and that all the other Jewish folk were wiped out, but not this lone tribe in Africa. And they survived, and they are the true chosen people, the one remaining tribe of Israel on earth.
Oh wow.
Uh,
I that's interesting.
it is highly contested. A lot of people think it's super fake, but these African Hebrews say that they should have the right to return, like all the other diaspora of Jews around the world. But Israel says, "Nah, son, you ain't us," and they don't let them. They don't let them in. And when I was doing a little looking on this, I came across another interesting sect, similar thing, and it's called British Israelism or Anglo Israelism.
Oh,
And it's same deal. Lost 13th tribe of Israel actually went to the UK, Britain, and they founded the British civilization. And they are actually the one true remaining and solely remaining tribe of Israel, the chosen people of the Lord.
interesting.
I'm guessing they also do not have a right to return. Uh, it was weird because, well, like we were talking about this, I'm like, missed opportunity for those Israelis. Because they could just start supporting these quote unquote Israelites from these lost tribes around the world. bring them under the Israelite control.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Spread Israelism.
Yeah, it's I
All over.
didn't obviously I haven't done much research on that. As far as African Hebrews versus Black Hebrew Israelites versus what you mentioned with the Anglo-Israelism, because I don't know, what do they, how closely do they hold to the Tanakh and the practices, rituals, or sacrifices, if any?
Well, plainly, you're right.
Just a flying
A drone attack.
army, and it's I think it was Mothra.
Oh, well, it could be. They escaped
Came up
from the
here.
films.
Oh, it's just a stupid housefly. Ah,
I don't know. Random, and I don't know how it all works. Can you become Jewish if you aren't a Hebrew?
Yes, you can.
How does that work?
There's well, at least in the Bible, it mentions about how there's certain things that foreigners could have to do to be adopted into the nation of Israel. I'm not entirely sure about that. I know circumcision is one of the things, but I don't know what they would do. And this is like, I don't know what the nation of Israel would do or would have or require currently, as far as to be uh, like a citizen of Israel. But
Yeah.
you asked if you could be like Jewish, so I don't know if you mean like start like religiously
Yeah, I don't know.
Judaism. Because here's the thing that people confuse and they don't understand is that like Jewish is like is a race and also a race, ethnicity, and also religious practice too. So I mean, I don't know.
Right.
Obviously, a person can't change their genetic code, but if you want to be like accepted into their like the nation, I guess be.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how it works. I'm just saying.
Because people, I don't know, people do that all the time. You see, there's historical accounts of people going into there's an outsider, but they're adopted to the culture for one reason or another.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know that Israel has a right to return from the diaspora, right? So if you're Jewish, and I don't know what kind of Jewish, then you can, head back there and you can move to Israel. I don't know if it's you have to be a racial, ethnic Jewish person. I don't know how you prove that. Or if you have to be a religious Jewish person.
Or like maybe a combination of both.
Well, I don't know. And then to the extent that you have to be just a religious Jewish person, I don't know why you would exclude the African Israelites, the African Hebrews, if they're practicing Judaism.
Correct. Different, and so the African Hebrews that you mentioned, those are like the, is it like that group of people in like Ethiopia or something? I didn't read the article.
I think it's the same as the black Israelites in America.
Well, that's different.
It's the
That's
same
different
guys.
because I do know that there's like a group of people in the like, I want to say it's Ethiopia who have like a like historical accounts of straight up practice Judaism over 1,500 years. So but to your point, like would that qualify it? I mean, it's a subset of the Jewish religion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's weird.
Wouldn't they have earned it rather than something that just started in like 1960 or whatever with the Black Hebrew Israelites?
Yeah, could be like what if I just decided that okay, I like Jesus and everything, but for whatever reason, I'm Jewish now. Could I just move to Israel and say I'm a Jew? What's up, my brothers?
There's what are those? There's I'll think about it probably after the episode's done. There's like Messianic Jews. I think that's
Yeah.
it. Messianic Jewish. So it's like you're, but that might be more of like an ethnic, where like you are genetically or ethnic Jew, and but also you believe that Jesus Christ is the Messiah and the Christ. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know how any of that works. It's a mystery.
yeah, it's a mystery.
Just like the belly button.
Get out of here.
You may remember from last week when we were talking about Killdozer Day. Well, on Killdozer Day, people had subsequently created some excellent memes, and I thought I would share a couple with you tonight, folks. The first one, this is a classic meme. You may remember the film Attack of the Clones.
Oh yes.
Anyway, we've got Anakin Skywalker here in Padme, and Anakin's like, I'm gonna buy a bulldozer. And Padme's like, oh, to make access roads to your shop, right? And then Anakin, with a serious look, just continues to stare, and then she says, to make access roads to your shop, right? And I bulldozed them all! The concrete plant! And their machine shop! And I bulldozed them like animals!
Oh.
And another fun one, there's this time travel one. It's like women trying with a time machine and men with a time machine. And then it's like things, it just like draws attention to like the different kinds of character stereotypes for men and women. And the women are always like, I'm your granddaughter. Really? Oh, it's so good to meet you. Oh my gosh, time travel's real. And then the men are like, bro, there's a basement in that hardware store.
Oh, that's good.
He went back in time to let him know, that Mark know that he should be careful around that department store, so that he wouldn't fall into the basement and end his rampage. However,
all that meme, and I actually like LOL. Yeah, it was bust out laughing.
the dozer itself was breaking down. I think that it had already had enough before he fell into the basement. He let out the white smoke at one point. But what do I know about bulldozers? Nothing. I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about it. I don't want to know anything about anything, Adam. I just want to stick my head in the ground. Oh, so bad. I just wish I could forget everything I know. I wish I could forget how to read.
You want the blue pill?
Does anyone have any hot tips for forgetting how to read? This is the thing that's been going around. People are just like want to like descend into ignorance of everything in the world, and one aspect of this is like just like completely forgetting how to read and abandoning all connection with being able to communicate with humanity. I think I saw another one where it was like, can't wait to get dumb, yeah? Anybody have tips? And it's all part of this movement to Retvrn. Retvrn to Monke! Retvrn to Monke! Or for those who don't speak internet, it's return to monkey. But it's you don't spell, you replace the U with a V, and monkey is spelled Monke. Return to monkey. And here's one example of it, because it goes on different levels, but generally it's like this. We have somebody who posted, and they said The answer to Fermi's paradox is that all species eventually start arresting anyone using technology that could be used for crime, then destroy all the technology to prevent lawlessness, then go back to subsistence farming. But that wasn't far enough for this guy. He says farming leads directly to raiders and violence. The only way we will be free of crime is to return to Monke. Which isn't even true. Monkeys and apes are extremely violent, particularly chimpanzees. They go to war and stuff.
Yeah, they're territorial and like they'll have they'll war with each other.
And
I remember learning that, and I'm like, they're just like us.
And they're not especially opposed to tools and technology. Retvrn to Monke! And we've got a monkey with a Ma Deuce, I believe.
What is that? I can't even read. Oh my gosh.
It's a chimp. He's a little chimpy. And he's got himself a machine gun.
Oh, nice.
So this, returning to this monkey, would still get us like World War II level industrialized warfare. So I don't know. I don't know about any of this stuff. And then further still, apparently, and I didn't know this, we were talking about this earlier, but Kanzi, the chimpanzee, can start fires and cook, making him one of the world's smartest monkeys.
Ooh.
Not going to get into why a chimp is an ape, not a monkey, but Adam, it's possible. Adam. It's possible.
They can become.
We can
They can
teach them.
become.
They can learn.
They can become the stewards of the earth and realize how hard it is.
We can teach them our ways. Maybe it's not return to monkey. Maybe it is monkey come to man.
Monkey ascend.
Monkey ascend. Yes. Monkey ascend. And that's what I said. If this thing takes off and we get the monies, we get a bunch of Patreon supporters, and we get all the cash, and we're getting multi-million-dollar deals with Spotify or whatever.
Joe Rogan.
Yes. We will adopt a tribe of chimps, and we will teach them
How to war.
to arise. It'll be super awesome. And then we'll set them loose
Oh yes.
back into the jungle, and they can conquer all the neighboring tribes.
Yes.
With
Create feudal ape simian feudalism.
Yeah, it could be more like a martial society, like the Spartans, and then what they would do is they would enslave those that they conquered. I can't remember. I think they were called helots. And I don't know. Spartan culture is very interesting to me.
Yeah. They were like completely funded by their slaves, and what was the deal? Like in order to become a soldier, you had to kill one of your slaves, or steal something. I can't remember. If you got caught or busted, the slaves had the right to kill you because you were a disgrace to the Spartan city-state.
Yeah, most of their population, it was like 10-1 Spartans to their like enslaved peoples.
Yeah, and it was like other city-states.
Yeah, and so they had these slaves that they had because they were beating them up. Then apparently, because I always wondered, Sparta wasn't never captured and conquered during Alexander's conquest because it wasn't worth it. There just wasn't anything down there. It was just like a backwater nonsense. because Sparta had been so ravaged by the Peloponnesian Wars and the infighting that followed and stuff that all of their helots had been freed and removed from them, and so their culture basically collapsed without that sustaining thing.
I don't know. All I know is I watched the movie based off the graphic novel, and then I think it was that year after that movie came out, we had a professor who was like a specialist. He had his doctorate in like the ancient Near East culture, and so he like knew intimately. He did a lot of work with like Greek culture and stuff, and so even like my intro to Western Civ class, he was like, okay, here's where the movie got it wrong, but here's where they got it right. Or here's why the movie said this. It was pretty cool.
But not just making fire, not just learning how to use tools, but
Ooh.
monkeys can actually do some quite advanced things. And here we have, straight from dudes posting their W's, we have the story of the baboon in 1880. Worked as a signalman for 9 years on a South African railroad. He was paid in brandy and never made a mistake. That's right, you heard that correctly. He worked as a switchman. His name was Jack. He was reportedly given an official employment number and was paid 20 cents a day and half a bottle of beer weekly. Jack passed away in 1890 after developing tuberculosis. Sad. He worked the rails.
he died from like a man disease.
Yes. He worked the rails for 9 years without ever making a mistake. Evidence that perfectionism may be more than just a human condition. And this is him and his signalman mate, who, if you can see here, has 2 peg legs. And old Jack the baboon working the switches perfectly for 9 years.
You could outsource your job, depending on what your job is. You could outsource it to a monkey.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. We need to have the monkeys arise, Adam. For too long, we've been leaving them behind.
And then give them our labor.
We can bring them up into society.
And then give them our labor.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right?
Well, it's not like they're humans, so I guess that slavery's not wrong.
Not slavery, it's a piece of property.
This guy earned a wage.
Cattle.
Jack was paid. He was paid to work.
He was paid. You'd have to look to see what the wages were, like the average wages or the standard wages and stuff.
The monkey man wage gap.
Oh my gosh. No, I was just thinking you could be paid in brandy and beer. It's a good deal.
A monkey only makes 10 cents for every dollar a man makes. It's just not right.
Today is Equal Ape Man Day wage. I
don't know. We can do so much. Like I said, we believe in it's just not right. It's just not right. All the Neanderthals died out. We need a human-like, counterpart that we can enlist to assist our civilization. People talk about robots all the time, building cyborgs and stuff like this, and I'm just like, I don't trust machines. So
no,
I don't. They're terrible. I don't think a machine could have functioned perfectly for 9 years working a switch. A baboon is more reliable than some sort of artificial intelligence, at least at this point. So,
yeah. Can a machine rip your face off? I mean,
probably.
Well, maybe. Hey guys, I made this machine. Oh, what does it do? Rip your face
She's
off.
a face ripper. You stick your face
It's why would you use that?
It captures their horror, their last
we just
moments.
we just built it to see if we could do it.
It's the Ice Nine of face ripping machines. That was a Kurt Vonnegut reference for those of you guys who aren't, as enlightened as me.
You got your own handkerchief too?
Yeah. Oh, my legs! Oh.
Coughing up your TB stuff? I'm going out like Jack.
Lung tissue. Gross.
Yuck.
But I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I could blame people for wanting to return to Monke, given the way and the state of the world. You might have heard this, but you remember, like, back before homosexuality was accepted in society, and young boys would be mocked and mock their friends for being gay and acting gay because they were like showing emotions or being good friends with another man, hugging your friends and stuff like this wasn't cool to do because it's gay, man. It is, and then you come back. It's like, just because I hug a man, I can show emotions. I can feel. These are my brothers, and we can hug, and it's fine, right? And this was sort of the response.
I don't know. That's a lot to unpack because then it's. Yeah, go ahead. I do remember that. Yes, I was in high school once.
Yeah. So you understand the thing I'm talking about?
I do understand the thing you're talking about.
Do you understand the other part where it's like there was pushback then against that? Those things aren't gay. You can be close friends with another man, and it doesn't mean you two are homosexuals.
Then the pendulum swung the other way.
Adam, that's exactly my point. Apparently, it's gay again.
You're driving me insane here.
Happy Pride Month.
Oh, jeez.
And this Twitter user is declaring a Happy Pride Month to best friends Frog and Toad. Why? See, you can't be good friends with another man without it being gay, Adam. These guys, they're clearly homosexual lovers. Bert and Ernie, they can't just be good friends anymore. They've got to be a gay couple that lives together in separate twin beds.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, kids, these guys have intimate relationships with each other. You should know that.
So you're saying if I've got a friend who's a boy, it means I'm gay? Yeah, I guess. Whatever, man. It's cool. What, do you think there's something wrong with that? Is that what you're trying to say, Adam? You trying to say there's something wrong with being gay?
I'm just so confused as to what
there was this interesting meme that associated with it. The old butterfly. Men standing within 50 feet of each other. Twitter. Oh. Is this gay?
Yeah, people say that a lot with like with Frodo and Sam too.
Well, I don't know. They
had just be like male friendship.
It could be, but they had a look in their eye.
Okay.
It was the same deal, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it's the same. It's like that same thing from the 90s where men aren't allowed to have close male friends, intimate friendships that don't involve sexual relations because that's not a thing that can happen. They have to be gay now. And I'm like, that's weird. But it's like weird on the other side. Because now it's like, instead of it being like, oh, you're gay, that's bad. It's like, nah, you're gay, and gay is a good thing to be, and so that's what you are now. You're gay, but gay's good. Everything's gay.
That reminds me of the stupid Team America. They were
I've never
they're
seen that.
singing. Oh my gosh, they had what was it called? Lease? I can't remember. They did a play on the musical Rent, and they had like their whole song was called "Everyone Has AIDS," and like they're all singing it and like proud of it and stuff, and it's um,
Yeah.
your whole like everyone's gay thing. You just reminds me of that.
Well, I mean, I don't know. That's what it is. It's like Adam and Zach. They seem like close friends, but is it more? Didn't you get pushed back on that? You had a story of like futuristic space warriors. And you got
Yes, they
rejected
were.
because they wanted them to be gay
Correct.
with each other.
No, well, it was the thing. It's like they were posted together. They were like partners. It's like kind of like space cops, space marines or whatever, and they were assigned to do a patrol. And it was like they, one does things by the books and one does things by his gut type deal. So like you have one doing stuff by the rule book and the other one's a little bit more gun ho, and like they didn't like each other, and like by the end of the thing they had to rely on each other, and so at the end they're like, oh yeah, you're my brother in arms type deal. And then I got rejected. It's like, could have explored more. It's like the more emotional connection between the two of them, because you could tell there was an emotional connection between the two of them. Like, I don't know how they hate each other in the beginning, and then like at the end they're like saving each other's lives, and like I think one was even like I want to say cradled their head or something. I don't even know. It's just like oh my gosh, they're glad to be alive type deal. And the rejection involved like some sort of like intimate, like romantic, intimate display, and I'm like, oh man, that's not what the story is. That's not what the story is.
Yeah, see, they were two men who had an intimate friendship and grew emotionally close. So they're gay. That's the way this works nowadays. What? You crying over there
Oh
over
my
your
gosh.
friend who about died in war? What are you,
I was just
gay?
saying the one like passed out from like exhaustion or something. So like even if like you wouldn't even do,
Yeah, he used his stims too much. And like
yeah,
sent him into a seizure or something.
correct, yes. So
It,
even if this is like it's not a thing, didn't do that, didn't hint for it, nothing.
it was there, just like Sam and Frodo, you could tell it. Between the lines, Adam. Between the in the kerning between the letters of the words you typed.
They're gonna tell me how right my how my story's supposed to be.
Well, why not?
I forgot about that. I had repressed that, Zachary.
Don't worry, I'll always bring them back. I'll
I
always
will
bring back your
when I when
repressed
I
memories.
when I fleshed it out into a full length novel with those characters. I'll be like, it's all for the ones that it was rejected because they're gay.
Well, hopefully you'll
But
fix.
they're not.
Hopefully you'll fix that oversight in the full-length novel. And I want some graphic intercourse scenes between these two.
It's like I don't know. It's a weird thing too, because like, oh, are you gonna? I want to see some of that stuff. I'm like, why would you even include that?
I don't know, just weird things.
They're like, and it's just like,
You have to have a quick aside for the romantic interlude. Maybe it's like they get pinned down someplace overnight. Boom, 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 dear, boom, boom, ding, 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 boom, boom. Really a missed opportunity, frankly, to
should have fixed. You should have fixed it and sent it back.
Yes, it was a missed opportunity to really launch into some hardcore homosexual intercourse right there in the middle of your shorts there.
It's like written by a 12-year-old or whatever. It's just...
Dude, I don't know. I don't understand it.
No.
But I do understand that it's important. It's important that when...
Sorry, I started... Oh, I started... Go ahead, excuse me.
What? No, this could be gold. What do you got?
I started thinking about that stupid Joe Rogan post. Did you look at the Instagram that I sent you?
Yes, I did. Do not come, Adam.
Oh, it's so bad.
Yeah, it really is. Both sides of it. Both sides.
I don't know. It's just ban politicians from saying some stuff.
Probably.
Anyway, sorry. Continue.
I'm sorry. Oh, Adam, but what I do know is... We'll just edit this part out. It's never going to happen. Is that we need to have faith. We need to have faith in the science, Adam. And those white coats out there who dictate the science. And to question them is to question all of science.
Why do you do this to me?
From our primary priest overseeing the coronavirus, Anthony Fauci himself. A lot of what you're seeing as attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on science. Because all of the things I've spoken about from the very beginning have been fundamentally based on science. An attack on me is an attack on the idea of science itself. I am Dr. Anthony Fauci and a scientist and not a priest. No, thank you for that clarification, Dr. Anthony Fauci there, because it's awful. It sounds awful priest-like of you. We can't question you at all. Is that a principle of science, Adam? I remember. Okay, hold on, guys. Number one rule you learn in any science class: you can never question the science. Number one rule: if you question the science, then it's not science. You're attacking science. That's what that means.
What is a hypothesis?
Science, no, and a science is not susceptible to being questioned or denied. This is what science is.
That's what it is today.
This
You're
is the
right.
fundamental doctrine of science.
That is exactly right today.
Let's see. I think this was quote tweeted by someone. Oh yes, John Gabriel here, who took a break from posting fleets of that guy
Himself.
Is it himself? Is he putting himself in movies? Is that what's going on with that?
He does that to annoy people, I think.
It's just weird.
So good. It is weird. So someone's like, I'm not going to follow you anymore. And he just responded with a, quote with him in a movie.
Well, Johnny replies in quotes. He's like, and the science became flesh and dwelt among us. But is Dr. Anthony the science made flesh? Or is Dr. Anthony just one who's the real messiah of science's sandals he's not worthy to untie? Is he the John the Baptist of science? Will one greater than he arise?
Who would be greater than he?
I don't know. Hard to say. But John apparently got into a fight with somebody on Twitter. A guy named Craig Good and Vaccinated.
Okay.
Replied, he's
Continue.
right. What? And he's showing that he doesn't take the attacks personally, so what's your excuse? And John's like, my excuse for what? What are you talking about? For artlessly implying that he's self-aggrandizing. Or what exactly was the point of your tweet? And then this guy's just like, I don't know. And he's like, why would anyone think it was self-aggrandizing to say that attacks on me are an attack on science? And then he's got a Batman gif. It says, holy weird riddles, Batman. I just can't puzzle that one out. Let's see if chat can figure it out. Oh, no one's in chat. Let's see if anybody in the comments can puzzle this out. Why would anyone think it would be self-aggrandizing to say something like, an attack on me is an attack on all of science? I just can't pick it up. Can't put the pieces together, my man.
Oh, ridiculous.
It's a riddle that I can't be unrattled. You may remember last week where we had touched on the fact that Killdozer Day also coincides with Tiananmen Square revolt and Tank Man Day. And I had always thought that Tank Man got ran over by those tanks. But apparently they don't know really what happened to him. But I believe you had sent me this, and it is the panoramic wide shot view of the Tank Man scene. And
Yeah,
it was like
I knew that he didn't get ran over by the tank, but it's one of those things where I think he got disappeared later.
I don't know. I thought he just got ran down. Like the tank driver was just like, okay, we just got done massacring those students at the square. One more for the road. But anyway, you can see, like, it wasn't just like, you can see it's like cut off here or whatever, and you see these 4 tanks. It's like, it's just like 4 tanks or whatever, but it's like, no, it's an entire column of tanks stretching back into the square. Like a whole, battalion of Red Army folk coming right at him. And he stands there with his bag of groceries, defiant to the last.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
It's hard to have any kind of admiration for authoritarian states when you see stuff like this. You think about the lone individual standing up to them. But at the same time, I don't really care for people who are fans of K-pop. Kim Jong-un calls K-pop a vicious cancer and threatens anyone caught listening to it with 15 years in a labor camp. Let's just hope Kim doesn't get hold of the mind prison technology.
Yeah. I've heard it's a lot of catchy tunes and stuff. I don't know. I've never listened to an actual K-pop.
I don't know. I don't know anything about K-pop. I don't know anything about it other than there are people on Twitter who use K-pop celebrities as their Twitter avatars.
Yes.
And they're just like completely unhinged individuals.
Oh, absolutely. So, yeah, they're like the worst.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. It's like...
You think like furry or anime avatar is bad? K-pop avatar is the worst.
It's difficult. It's difficult to know because it's usually like those are it. You have anime avatars, you have fursonas, and you have K-pop avatars, and it's like, who's the most unhinged here? I don't know. They can have a contest. I'd like someone to do a survey, like a qualitative analysis, like 1,000, Twitter user sample, and then like how many unhinged tweets per 100 tweets for individuals in each of those categories. We can actually get a definitive answer on this.
You can commission that study when you win the lottery.
Oh, when I win the lottery. There's so many things to do when I win the lottery, Adam. Endless pits to the beneath the earth. medieval castles and golden thrones, and a race of uplifted chimpanzees. Add to it, getting to the bottom of who's the most insane Twitter user.
It's like, well, which one of these is not like the other?
I'd have a lot to do if I won that lottery, I tell you what. But
It's like, oh, what are you gonna go to Disney World? It's like, oh, let's get to work.
Oh. Alright, folks, and to wrap up our evening, we have our ice cold fact of the week. Comes to you straight from Ice T's Twitter feed. Ice cold fact: racism. In a racist society, it's not enough to be non-racist. We must be anti-racist. Ice cold fact. Coming to you straight from Ice T's Twitter feed. And I don't know what anti-racism means. And so I thought, it was the only ice cold fact this whole week. So I thought about just skipping it, but then I couldn't. And I thought, well, whatever. Maybe we could talk about that. Anti-racism, I don't know what it means. Adam, are you an anti-racist? Because I am. I am against racism. That's what
I think, if I understand the orthodoxy correct, you have to actually do certain things in order to be anti-racist.
Like what?
You can't just say that you're anti-racist.
I think you can. I just did it. Adam, I am anti-racist.
No. I don't think that's right.
Anti-against racist.
You covered that in one of last year's episodes.
No. I'm pretty sure that you just have to say that you're against racism, and that means that you're anti-racist. Anti means against.
You can't just not engage in child abuse. You have to be anti-child abuse to be a good person.
Yeah. Oh, wait. We got a comment to end out the evening.
Ooh.
It says, it says, I'll let you borrow my How to Be an Anti-Racist book. There's a book on how to be against something? I can't wait to read it. Maybe I'll do a quick review here on the show next week. Alright, folks. Well, that's our show for tonight. We really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so you can get updates on all of our content by ringing that bell. Ding, ding. You can also follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handles are conveniently located below our names. Triggered Media's Twitter handle located there in the middle. If you would like to share this content with all of your friends who you know will love it, you should do that. Share the content. Engage the content. Feed the algorithm. Ooh. Alright, folks. That's the show for this week. And we will see you... Wait. Hold on, I forgot. Adam, did you have anything you'd like to add here at the end of the show?
I do not. Nothing plugging this week.
Oh, excellent. All right, folks. Well, you have a good weekend, and we will see you next week on Triggered. Good night.